The Married to Medicine universe has been rocked by an explosive bombshell that no one saw coming. Dr. Gregory Lunsford, known to fans as Dr. G, has found himself at the center of a scandal so dramatic it makes regular reality TV drama look tame in comparison. Just when everyone thought he'd finally found happiness after his messy divorce from Quad Webb, it turns out Dr. G has allegedly been living a double life, complete with a secret mistress and a hidden child. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill celebrity cheating scandal, it's a full-blown earthquake that has sent shockwaves through the entire Married to Medicine community. The man who seemed to have turned over a new leaf and found his happily ever after with his new wife, Sweet Tea, has apparently been harboring secrets so deep they've left fans and cast members alike completely stunned. B's relationship with Quad was notoriously rocky, with their marriage troubles and eventual divorce playing out painfully in front of the cameras. The tension, arguments, and cheating rumors made for dramatic television. But when it was all said and done, viewers thought Dr. G had finally moved on. His relationship with Sweet Tea appeared to be everything his marriage to Quad wasn't: peaceful, loving, and stable. Their social media was filled with romantic getaways, date nights, and seemingly perfect moments that suggested Dr. G had found the happiness that eluded him during his marriage to Quad. But appearances can be deceiving. Sweet Tea has now dropped a bombshell that has everyone talking. What started as cryptic social media posts soon evolved into direct accusations backed by receipts that would make even the most dramatic reality stars blush. Sweet Tea didn't just hint at problems, she laid it all out for the world to see, exposing a side of Dr. G that he had kept carefully hidden from public view. Added to Sweet Tea's revelations, Dr. G hasn't just been unfaithful, he's been living an entire second life with another woman. The affair wasn't a one-time mistake or a brief fling, it was a long-term relationship that had apparently been going on for years, even while Dr. G was publicly proclaiming his love for Sweet Tea. But the most shocking part? There's allegedly a child involved, one that Dr. G never bothered to mention to his wife. Sweet Tea came with receipts, too. She shared text messages, social media posts, and even voice notes that painted a damning picture of Dr. G's double life. These weren't vague accusations that could be dismissed as attention-seeking drama. They were concrete evidence that Dr. G had been hiding a significant part of his life from everyone. The timeline makes this betrayal even more outrageous. According to Sweet Tea, Dr. G began his relationship with his mistress shortly after he and Sweet Tea went public with their romance. While he was planning a future with Sweet Tea, he was simultaneously texting his mistress about how much he missed her. The level of deception is mind-boggling. Sweet Tea was planning romantic getaways for them, while Dr. G was juggling two relationships at once. Voice notes from the mistress revealed that Dr. G had told her he was still in love with her and that his relationship with Sweet Tea was just for show, an arrangement rather than a genuine connection. He was essentially playing both women, telling each what they wanted to hear while maintaining two separate lives. As this story continues to unfold, fans are left wondering how much deeper this rabbit hole goes. Could there be even more secrets that Dr. G has been hiding? Is this scandal just the tip of the iceberg? The level of betrayal, the hidden family, and the undeniable evidence make this unlike any other reality TV drama we've seen. The consequences of these revelations are only beginning to surface, and it's clear that this scandal could permanently alter the landscape of Married to Medicine. Dr. G's carefully crafted public persona is crumbling before our eyes, and we're only just starting to uncover the truth about the man behind the image. As the bombshell revelations about Dr. Gregory Lunsford continued to send shockwaves through the Married to Medicine community, the drama took an unexpected turn that no one was prepared for. The scandal expanded beyond just Dr. G and Sweet Tea, pulling his ex-wife Quad Webb back into the messy situation in ways that nobody anticipated. Acquitted, who had already endured the pain of her tumultuous marriage and divorce from Dr. G playing out in front of cameras, initially maintained her silence when Sweet Tea's revelations first broke. Her calm public demeanor masked what must have been a whirlwind of emotions behind closed doors. After all, she had experienced Dr. G's betrayal firsthand during their marriage. The lies, the dishonesty, and the secrecy that ultimately led to their highly publicized split. But Quad couldn't stay quiet forever. When she finally spoke out, her words cut through the noise with raw emotion and unfiltered honesty. In a surprise interview that had everyone talking, Quad opened up about how Dr. G's behavior had affected her during their marriage and how the trauma of his betrayal had haunted her long after they signed the divorce papers. Seeing Sweet Tea go through essentially the same experience seemed to reopen old wounds for Quad, making it clear that her resentment toward her ex-husband had never truly subsided. Accountability is key. She posted on social media an pointed message that needed no further explanation, but it's something you'll never learn. Short, powerful, and unmistakably directed at Drather. Then taking responsibility for his actions, Drather G went on the offensive. He issued a public statement defending himself and claiming that Sweet Tea had twisted the truth for attention and publicity. He denied having a second family, a bold move considering the mountain of evidence Sweet Tea had already shared. But what truly shocked everyone was his decision to drag Quad into his defense. DDG attempted to use his failed marriage to Quad as a scapegoat, suggesting that the public pressure and strain of their relationship had somehow led him down this destructive path. It was a desperate attempt to deflect blame that only fueled the growing firestorm around him. Fans who had witnessed the breakdown of their marriage began to wonder if Dr. G was trying to rewrite history to serve his current narrative. Meanwhile, Sweet Tea continued her exposure campaign, releasing even more damning evidence. The new text messages she shared between Dr. G and his mistress revealed not just casual cheating, but deep emotional involvement, making the betrayal all the more devastating. These weren't just flirtatious exchanges. They were filled with promises and declarations of love that painted a picture of a man completely invested in two separate relationships. The mistress, whose identity remained protected, came forward with her own claims that added another layer to the already complex saga. According to her, the relationship with Jock D had been ongoing for years, predating his relationship with Sweet Tea. She alleged that Dr. G had promised her a future, even telling her that he would eventually leave Sweet Tea to be with her. This revelation turned everything upside down. While Sweet Tea believed she was building a life with a devoted partner, Dr. G was apparently making plans for a future with another woman. The depth of his deception became increasingly apparent with each new piece of information that came to light. As more details emerged, Dr. G's carefully constructed public image began to disintegrate. The man who had portrayed himself as trustworthy and honest on television was being exposed as someone who had manipulated and deceived everyone around him, from his ex-wife to his current wife and even the mistress he'd been hiding for years. The scandal was no longer just about infidelity. It had evolved into a story about a man whose entire life appeared to be built on lies. His reputation, both personal and professional, was hanging in the balance as the three women he had hurt, Sweet Tea, Quad, and his mistress, all shared their experiences with his deception. With his world crumbling around him, Dr. G faced a critical question. How far would he go to protect what remained of his reputation? Would he continue to deny everything and blame others, or would he finally take responsibility for the web of lies he had created? As the scandal continued to unfold, Dr. G found himself facing consequences far beyond just his personal relationships. His professional life, which had always been his pride and source of identity, was now in serious jeopardy. The respected doctor, who had built a thriving practice and stellar reputation in the medical community, was watching it all slip away as the details of his deception came to light. Colleagues began distancing themselves, patients started seeking care elsewhere, and whispers spread throughout the medical community. The question on everyone's mind was unavoidable. If Dr. Gee could lie so convincingly about his personal life, what else might he be dishonest about? His credibility was shot, and the damage control seemed impossible. In a desperate attempt to salvage what remained of his reputation, Dr. G hired a PR firm to help manage the crisis. It was a last-ditch effort to shift the narrative and paint himself in a more sympathetic light. The firm arranged a high-profile interview with a respected talk show host known for tough questions and getting to the truth. This would be Dr. G's chance to tell his side of the story and hopefully win back some public support. When the day arrived, Dr. G appeared notably nervous, a stark contrast to his usually confident demeanor. "I've made a lot of mistakes," he admitted, his voice tinged with what seemed like genuine regret. "I've hurt people, and I take full responsibility for that, but I never intended for things to spiral this way. I never wanted anyone to get hurt." When asked what he would say directly to Sweet Tea, he responded simply, "I love her. I never wanted to hurt her, and I regret everything that has happened." But as the interview progressed and the questions delved deeper into his past relationships and pattern of behavior, Dr. G grew visibly defensive. His carefully rehearsed remorse began to crack, revealing glimpses of a man still trying to control the narrative rather than truly accepting responsibility. The public wasn't buying it. Instead of generating sympathy, the interview only reinforced the growing perception that Dr. G was a man unwilling to fully own up to his actions, someone more concerned with saving his own skin than making amends to the people he had hurt. But just when everyone thought the story couldn't get any more complicated, another bombshell dropped. New information came to light about Quad's role in the situation, completely turning the narrative on its head. Contrary to Dr. G's implications that she was somehow involved in sabotaging his relationship with Sweet Tea, it was revealed that Quad had also been manipulated and lied to by Dr. G. According to these revelations, Quad had been under the impression that Dr. G was separated from Sweet Tea and available for a relationship. She had been fed the same lies as everyone else, made to believe that she and Dr. G had a future together while he was still very much involved with Sweet Tea. Suddenly, Quad wasn't the villain or the bitter ex-wife. She was another victim of Dr. G's elaborate web of deception. Quad went public with her experience, detailing the emotional manipulation she had endured. Her story resonated with many who had initially judged her, raising disturbing questions about just how far Dr. G's manipulation extended and how many people had been caught in his lies. As the full picture came into focus, Sweet Tea made a surprising decision. Rather than continuing to fuel the public scandal, she released a heartfelt statement, announcing her intention to move forward with her life. While acknowledging the deep pain of betrayal, she expressed gratitude for the lessons learned and the support she had received. Her choice to focus on healing rather than revenge struck a powerful chord with fans who admired her resilience and dignity in the face of such public humiliation. Dr. G, meanwhile, continued his downward spiral. Former partners, ex-wives, and even friends came forward with their own stories of his manipulation and deceit, revealing a lifelong pattern of dishonesty. The PR firm eventually cut ties with him, his medical license came under review, and his once thriving career appeared to be over. The final chapter of this saga saw Sweet Tea and Quad both rebuilding their lives, finding strength and purpose in their shared experience of betrayal. Sweet Tea became an advocate for others who had experienced similar situations, channeling her pain into helping others heal. Quad refocused on her career and personal growth, refusing to let Dr. G's actions define her any longer. As for Dr. G, he faded from the public eye, a cautionary tale of how lies, no matter how carefully constructed, eventually come crashing down. His story serves as a powerful reminder that in the age of social media and reality television, the truth has a way of surfacing, and that character, not carefully crafted public personas, is what truly matters in the end.